A reading from the Gospel according to Luke. Jesus went down to Capernaum, the city of Galilee, and was teaching on the Sabbath. They were astounded at his teaching because he spoke with authority. In the synagogue there was a man who had the spirit of an unclean demon, and he cried out with a loud voice, "Let us alone! What have you to do with us, Jesus of Nazareth? Have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." But Jesus rebuked him, saying, "Be silent, and come out of him." When the demon had thrown him down before them, he came out of him without having done him any harm. They were all amazed and kept saying to one another, "What kind of utterance is this? For with authority and power he commands the unclean spirits, and out they come." And a report about him began to reach every place in the region. The word of the Lord. Now, this story, of course, can be read in a lot of different ways. This is a profound story of Jesus rattling everyone to attention with his power and authority, preparing them to then listen to his message. This takes place right at the beginning of Luke, where he's not well known in the community yet, and it's acts like this. It's challenging the authorities by working on the Sabbath to heal, showing that it's more important to live into the spirit of the gospel, to love your neighbor, than it is to follow the strict letter of the law, to not work on the Sabbath. He demonstrates authority in his teaching so that people will listen to him, and begins to gather a crowd so that they can hear his message before his ultimate journey to Jerusalem. There's another interesting thought to this gospel reading, though, which is that Jesus, of course, has the profound ability to go and heal and to clean people of unclean spirits, essentially to save them. And what's notable here is Jesus demonstrating that he has the power to step into someone's life and to save them from what ails them, and then chooses not to do it for others. Jesus, for that matter, he could step into the life of so many people I know who are ailing, who are struggling with a sickness, who are struggling with an unfair injury, who are persecuted and oppressed, victims of war or natural disaster, people who are struggling with the loss of a loved one. I myself have plenty of things that are hurting within me that I think, how wonderful would it be if Jesus stepped into my life and healed me of what was ailing me? So what does it mean to think about a God that says, I will come and show you that I have the ability to step into your life and to change it, and then I don't do it? Now, we have to know it's not because Jesus likes war or pain or sickness or violence. We have to know it's not because Jesus is demonstrating that only this person in this story is worth it and that Jesus doesn't love you as much. So we know those can't be the answers. So the only answer I can feel left with right in this moment is the idea that Jesus is using his power to demonstrate healing and then not doing it for us. The only thing I can think of is it must be because Jesus isn't coming to take away our pain for us. Jesus is coming to help us see what we can do for ourselves and each other. This is the kind of life I want for you, a kind of life where you are whole, a kind of life where you're surrounded by people who will see the demons that you are struggling with and welcome you in. To take this man who was cast out in society because of what ailed him, and instead to have an eye-opening moment of saying, this person is worthy of your love. To everyone that was in the crowds around him, this person is worthy of your healing love. And to say that that person who's struggling, herself or himself, you're worthy of being whole. That's what I want for you. And Jesus isn't going to step into our lives and to just give it to us. because Jesus wants us to be the kind of people who do it for and with each other. Notice that Jesus doesn't come and gather up his disciples and just say, I'm just going to make the kingdom of heaven here and now for you all. Jesus says, I'm going to teach you how to do it and then send you out to do it. Go do it. And in that way, part of what I hear in this message is an eye-opening moment of what is possible in this world. The kind of love, the kind of healing, the kind of forgiveness, the kind of lifting each other up and supporting each other when we are hurting, when we are low, when there's unfairness and persecution and oppression in this world. Jesus shows us a glimpse of what this world can and should be, and then says, now go, and you be a part of making it happen in this world together. Amen.